Hi, this is Mike. Welcome to Refab. Sorry about it taking so long getting this video out. I have to order practically everything. I've had both issues with orders and shipping. So I didn't make it as far as I wanted to in this video. In this video, I'm going to be working on the throttle. I kept the engine mounting plate bolted in, so it'll be easier to make changes later. Yeah, that sprocket's kind of tight to the torque converter or sprocket. The motor's far ahead as it'll go, so later I'm going to have to unbolt the axle, move it back a couple holes, looks like. But good for now. For the throttle control, I'm using a 55 gram metal geared servo. This is for a RC helicopter. I 3D printed a small bracket that bolts onto the original throttle bracket to hold the servo. And for the linkage, this wire is for an RC airplane. Alright, here's the carburetor. I've already moved the air cleaner and the governor. This is a stage 1 motor. Yeah, I'm going to utilize the spring hole in the throttle for the linkage. Got to figure out which way it works the best. Okay, I'm going to use this servo tester to center the servo while I hook everything up. I'm starting with both the servo and the throttle right in the middle. That should be center. Alright, I thought I was going to be clever. I hooked up an Arduino and a potentiometer to the servo, trying to find the range of the servo on the carburetor. I turned on the serial monitor so I could read the location. But it seemed to work okay. My idea was to transfer these numbers over to the ESP32 microcontroller, but it doesn't quite work that way, not completely anyway, so this is a waste of my time. Change over from the Arduino over to the ESP32. I'm using the Arduino IDE. I didn't expect 100% linear transfer going from the Arduino to the ESP32, but it wasn't that easy. None of the libraries I was using with the Arduino work with the ESP32, so I included 2 links down below. One on hooking the PS3 controller to the ESP32, and another one for running servos. It'll help keep the video short. These people can explain it better than I can. Before I can use the servos, I have to set the limits on it. After the limits are set, the 0 to 180 position will be in between these 2 numbers. I found that with quick movements on the controller, the servo is getting confused. So I added these lines to bump the servo position up or down a couple at a time. This is a little experiment. See, the dial is my imaginary carburetor with the range being between 80 and 20. On the left video, I set the servo range to the servo, and I set the carburetor range to the 0 to 180. On the right, I set the servo range to the carburetor On this video, I upped the servo increase to 6 instead of 1. See, the throttle's acting backwards. So I'm going to swap the 0 to into 255 on the map function. Okay, it's going in the right direction, but I have to adjust the limits. On the servo attach line, I got to change the number, retry, change the number, retry, change the number, retry. Guess I'm not going to record all that. I'll see you again when it's right. Okay, I got the limit set on the throttle. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but that's all for this video. The next video, I'm going to try to get the ESP32 to work with my steering. So the Arduino library does not work with the ESP32, and there's no library available for the motor driver that I'm using. So that's all I'm going to have to try to make it work without a library.